Welcome to Storytime. Storytime with Sri Krishna, the one who is the most independent, and this makes him the most loving. This story is called Slow Tornado. One day, when Sri Krishna was just a baby, maybe a toddler, his family, they all decided to have a picnic. And so they went to a nearby hill. And people brought carts with food and they brought carts with games. And Sri Krishna's foster mother, that is Devi Yashoda, she was carrying him. Now, to go from the village to the hill area for the picnic, this is a far distance, it's a rough distance. And so Devi Yashoda was getting tired. And what Sri Krishna did was he consciously made himself heavier. Even though he's a baby, so he's light, but he made himself so heavy that Devi Yashoda had to slow down and finally she couldn't carry him. So she placed him on the ground and Sri Krishna pretended to sleep. And Devi Yashoda thought, this is nature, there's people around, it's okay that he's here. And she continued on to the picnic. Now, who was watching this? One of Kamsa's gang members. Kamsa's the one who's so jealous of Sri Krishna that he is prophesied to be a greater leader. So jealous, he sends one of his gang members whose name is Trinavarta. Trina means grass, like a blade of grass, and Avarta means to whirl. So Trinavarta is a vicious person that comes in the form of a tornado. And this tornado rapidly comes towards Sri Krishna, who's just sleeping on the ground as a baby, and starts to lift Sri Krishna higher and higher and higher. Now, Devi Yashoda, Sri Nanda, all of the family and friends, they're so concerned, they're so worried that this baby's just been lifted off. So they start running towards this tornado, but this tornado is pelting them all with grass blades and stones, and so they can't approach this tornado. And they just fall to their knees in sadness. Now, Trinavarta's agenda is to lift Sri Krishna so high that Sri Krishna becomes unsafe. But this is Sri Krishna, so what does he do? Just like with Devi Yashoda, he started to make himself heavier and heavier and heavier. And so Trinavarta was unable to whirl around so much, was slowing down, and eventually Sri Krishna became so heavy that Trinavarta started to fall from way up high in the clouds all the way to the ground, and Sri Krishna was able to crush this gang member that was trying to harm him. And Sri Krishna started to laugh like the baby that he was, and all of the family members and friends came towards him with such relief that their baby was well. Trinavarta in our lives symbolizes desire. Desire comes into our lives fast. And then even when we try to think about other things or try to do other things, those are kind of pelted away because all we can feel is this desire. But Sri Krishna, he knew his strength. He used his strength to be able to crush that desire. And in doing so, he laughed, and he made all of the people around him laugh too. Sri Krishna is ever looking at us, and so ever looking after us, and so ever loving us. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.